Well, folks, what is happening? Welcome to Mentality Monsters episode 1. So, when I first started the idea of this podcast, the first person which I wanted to bring on is the guest who's on today. His journey in itself is incredible, and it's a story really of highs and lows. Again, it's a story of resilience, determination, motivation, and it's something which I personally believe is truly inspirational. This guest started his career and his journey when he really thought he had no hope at all to make it in the world just due to serving time in jail. There's a lot of stigma about that there. There's a lot of people that will prejudge you when they hear that you've been in jail. And this guy, he didn't let it put him off at all. So this is the story of Decky Thompson. Decky, when I first thought of this idea of Mentality Monsters, he was the first person which I wanted to get on for a few reasons. I think his journey is a journey of extreme highs and extreme lows, where he's been to the highest points in terms of his career. There's still a lot to come for him, but he's at a very good place now. But where he came from, it's incredible. I think that people will be able to take a lot from this story. They'll be able to take a lot of learning from it, and hopefully there's stuff here which he's done, places where he's been, that you may be able to implement it into your own life, and that's what I hope to achieve with not just this here episode but all of them. So Decky, cheers for coming on, lad.
Anytime at all, bro. It's a pleasure, so it is.
I really appreciate it. We're going to start off just basically where it all started. Wee Decky Thompson, where are you from and what were you like growing up?
Very well. That's what everyone knows. That's wee Decky Thompson, isn't it? So, pretty much, you know yourself. Grew up in the Old Park my whole life. Grew up as a child in the Old Park. Life growing up as well was pretty good. Lived in the family with my mum, my dad, and my sister. Family of 4 in the house, and as I said, upbringing was quite great. So it was like no complaints at all about that there. As well looked after, spoiled rotten, if you want to say. I'd say I grew up in a sort of life where I wanted anything, like it was provided for me, and I'm forever grateful for that there. So yeah, so life growing up, yeah, it was pretty good. And growing up in the Old Park, just what your average teenager does is just all the bog standard stuff. And then school-wise, you went to school with yourself, obviously. We all went to Barney together, and then this is how we all came together and became friends, really. Yeah. It's been one hell of a journey, hasn't it?
Great times. And when we were in that, say, teenage years, the early fucking, say, like 13, 14, what kind of stuff would you have got up to around this time? What kind of chaos would you be causing?
Chaos is a big word. Pretty much the chaos. Where did the chaos all start? Well, it actually rolls back. Let's go back to the first question in terms of like growing up, right? As it says, even though my upbringing was great, I'm quite small, right? Yeah. I'm very small, right? So from a very young age, like I was always like taunted a lot or whatever from my height or whatever they got there by bigger people and whatnot. And I always remember when I was young age, about 10 years old, I was like, right, no, what is I'm starting boxing. I started boxing because I wanted to learn how to fight, to try and pretty much stick up for myself, yeah. In other words. And carrying on, that was great, so it was. Done football as well, done boxing, done football, right up until late teens. But this is where the chaos starts, right? So obviously, right, I've been boxing for a load of years as well. So now I have this established in my head that I can fight. when I can't. So growing up in the Ardoyne area, Old Park, and you're a teenage boy, you know yourself, there's constant opportunities to
its own unique way of causing trouble as well, like that you won't get really anywhere else.
No way. Like, you know yourself, we were up to no good from no age really, like from getting just ringing taxis for the sake of it and doing runners just for the sake of it, like to get nothing out of it.
Going down to Tesco's and doing a runner and then getting a taxi back up the yard and doing an hour runner to get home.
That was right. Do you remember the time we done one in the black taxi?
Oh, yes.
And he got me in the Flacky car park.
Oh, fuck it, I was a belter.
Got me in a Flecky car park. Up by the neck. Turn, please.
That guy was heading round the fucking back of St. Gemma's too.
Aye. So pretty much, we had, when we were doing a number of things, like we used to always just go out with the intensity, like, right, what can we do just to try and cause havoc? But like, we never actually thought about what impacts this could be having on people. Like even like, something like grabbing a box of eggs in the shop, going and egging cars, egging windows, even when it's snowing, whatever, just running out and throwing snowballs at cars. And just also as well, just having that intention going like, right, what are we going to do? Let's try and get a chase. Or just trying to do stuff to get chases off people.
Yeah.
And then that's in the younger years. When you start to maybe get to like 14, 15, 16, you start to like obviously start to get involved in altercations as well.
Yeah.
You know yourself, we every weekend we were to talk about place. We were to talk about place. You always remember like always just meeting up and fighting other groups. But this is where I was talking back to in terms of like I always fought in my head like right I have to fight. I can't fight. I always have this vision in my head like right I always have to get stuck in. I always have to be first or I always want to be here. I always want to be involved in it. I think as well as like I just wanted to have that there in other words like a hard man figure.
Yeah.
I also wanted to have that hard man figure in and around my friend group as well. You want to be respected as well by your peers as well.
Yeah.
Knowing like right, he's mad, he'll do this, he'll do that.
It's a ruthless group. Ruthless.
We'll get the ends in a second. But yeah, you know yourself, like we were, I say every weekend, I'd say as from those minor years of just doing like all we patty stuff,
Yeah.
it starts to get more serious. So it does. You're going out every weekend, you're getting involved in fights, meeting up in local parks, doing this, doing that. And it never ends well, so it never does. But when you're young, you don't care. You just care about being the centre of attention and getting that buzz of it all and being the talk of place. Maybe in school on Monday, going here over this year, what happened at the weekend there, and you love it. You love the attention. You just keep thriving off it. So you're like, right, this is great.
Everyone kind of knew you. Like, there's a funny story here. I'll tell you. There's a lad I'm with in the army. Husey, we shout out to you. He's from Newry. And he was asking me who I was getting on, and I says, you, and he goes, that wee bastard. Like, you've never met this guy before, but he remembers the videos which we done in school. He goes, like, what's that our lad's name? Dam O'Neill. Remember the videos? So, there's lads that saw our stuff when we used to fucking do all the mad shit in school and all the jumpings and shit like that there. Saw stuff from the likes of Newry. So, God knows who the fuck else has seen all that stuff.
I was wild, so I was wild. I even remember as well, like, even like, when we were younger, like you were going into the town, whatever, and people were like, "Oh, there's the 12R and 12I lads from all them videos on Facebook." Like, people don't have. I think I don't have a clue who you are here. But then again, that's a power of social media here, like isn't it? Like, it goes far away really, really quick, isn't it?
Yeah.
But they were insane. You got some patterns.
Fucking anything. Fucking anything. Remember, there was a time you called it my house. He's actually called it my house and battered me. Oh, fuck me. Went down the bottom of fucking my street. Went down to the entrance. It's fucking good times, like, but fuck that, there was ruthless.
Hard to believe I was over 10 years old, isn't it?
I know. See, in school, like, how were you? Did you apply yourself well in school, or were you fucking...
School, that's hit and miss.
Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed the crack. with the boys, but I didn't enjoy school. Didn't like school. I don't think I'm a person who can read off a screen and just apply myself to it. Or like, right, do this, do that. And I think like, don't get me wrong, I would say I was like fairly alright in school. Like, got decent enough results for what I was up to.
Yeah. Oh wow.
For what I was, due to the circumstances of what I was up to. Like, in school, I was like, obviously first few years in school are just dead on. But you know yourself, 4th and 5th year, all you're doing every week is you're arranging. We used to arrange, I remember, every week, me, Pierce, Largy, every hour day, we would walk from the Westland down to school, in the vets to the top of the street. We went right here. Keep us up there, we'll go up. Instead, like, it was that split second of, right, do we take that right? Or, and the teacher sees us. If the teacher sees us, we'll have to go into school. Whereas, we can take a sharp left here. we can take a sharp left and that's it, we're off for the day, we're up Cave Hill. And we used to have a debate nearly every other day. So it was either, if we weren't on the bike in school, we were up to no good in school getting suspended. So we were never really in. We were never really in, if you want to say it like that there. So with my results, I think I got decent enough results. I got enough to get me by.
Yeah.
Pretty much. They weren't outstanding, but I got like your 5 GCSEs, whatever it was, and enough to get me enough just to get me by. Not enough for A levels or anything like that there, but just enough to say like, right, I have a few GCSEs really. So with school like there, maybe could have applied myself a wee bit better, but then again it goes back to what I was saying there. I don't feel like I'm a learner. Maybe from back then I never knew this here.
Yeah.
But now I know just from doing other things here and there, I know that's not me looking at a screen and having to do this and do that really. I feel like I'm more like a physical learner and maybe participating and stuff and doing things. But then again, that's back then. I wouldn't say I'm academic.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. But you can see in your work now, like you're very hands on in what you do. So maybe that there is telling like of your style of learning. So did you leave school? What year were you when you left school?
17. So we finished 5th year and then we actually ended up getting the opportunity to stay on in 6th year for 1 year.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got in, like I don't, but it still baffles me this day how they let us back in. So got through 1 year of like a BTEC, got you like an equivalent to like 4 GCSEs. Done that there, and then I went on to Belfast Met after that there and done 2 years as like a level 3 sports coaching and development course. Level 3. And then again as well, same thing, just got the bare minimum off that there as well. Like I didn't really apply myself to that there. I think it was just as well.
Sponsor time. I'd like to take this chance to do a shout out to our sponsor, J&F Trucks and Vans in Mollusk. They're there for all your motoring needs, and don't take chances. Talk to Francis. So we had our sponsor on there. Just go back to the madness here. Like growing up, especially where we grow up, it has its own unique things in terms of the likes of England and all. You do have your antisocial behaviour, but fucking we kind of got up to an awful lot of it when we were younger. Do you remember? Is there any? Not saying that this is all good stuff and all. It's just our experience growing up. Is there anything which you can remember that you're like, fuck, this is mental, this is a bit out of hand now, like?
100%. I think that one of the tip of the iceberg, that was probably one of the most maddest things ever. I remember it. I don't know why, still to this day, we actually done it. But there was probably a good amount of us, and this is the thing about all us, we all thought like, right, we're it. We're invincible, really.
Yeah.
So I remember we went down to a certain football pitch, and there was obviously a football team playing from a different community, who we would always have altercations with on social media, whatever, meet up, fight and whatnot, and everything they got there, and maybe not really fight at that moment in time, but have a lot of altercations on social media, and just a lot of bickering back and forth really, and then. We ended up walking into the community and watching the football match, and people were looking like, going, what the fuck are you all doing here? Like, what is wrong with you? And then obviously at the end, watched the match anyways, and then walking out at the end of the match. I'll never forget it. It was insane. It was just carnage. One of the boys ended up slobbering to one of the other players in the team, and then all hell just broke loose there and they're fighting. And then bear in mind, there's only about 10 of us, and there's easy about 100 Edens.
There's men in their 40s
and
we
were only
16,
17 years of age, and we got absolutely fucking battered. I mean, we didn't get looking that day. No way. But I remember just getting kicked from all angles, from everywhere. And I actually remember someone saying, "Kill that wee bastard." And I was just like, Jesus Christ, like what the fuck's happening here? I still don't know how we get out of it. We get out of that environment. I don't know how we got out of that not seriously harmed. I got out of a busted nose. A busted nose, and I still don't know how I only left a busted nose really that day. And I think that was probably one of the most maddest situations I was ever in. with the lads anyways, 100%. 100%. That was probably one of the most maddest things. Like at that age, and thinking like, right, we're it. But then again, right after that, there, I then see thought, nah,
No, not.
we're not it. We can't get beat at some stage, like, so we can't. And it just proved it.
UTV came and actually interviewed two of the lads. Remember, they went to one of the lads, I think they went to McGlow's house, and they done a news thing on it. But it ended up it didn't there because something bigger like happened. But I think the interview might have been McGlow and Bino, because I remember, I'm not going to say your man's name, but I remember we says, right, we'll leave 10 minutes before, we'll go out to say gate of that place, and I just remember your man walking over and locking the gate, and we were like, oh fuck, we're going to have to go through it here.
That's right, I remember that there, the fella locked the gate on us. So we knew it was all happening. That's it, I remember it there. But like, that's it, it felt like something out of a film. After that there, we all get out, we're running, and the other team's minibus is driving up the street with the back door open going, lads, run up and get in, we'll bring you home. So it was like something out of a fucking film. See when someone's chasing the car and they have a hand out to get someone in, that's what it felt like.
That kind of fucking snowballed everything. So I remember there was a time that there was an application on an interface, and they actually they put up, I don't know why, must have been one of the lads from the other community must have fucking tried to go, right, we'll get our like one over on these guys. And they put up a post saying I think it was me, you, and three of the other lads, saying that we attacked houses, and we were actually nowhere near it, and one of the lads was actually in work at the time.
Oh yes, I remember that there, we were all over Facebook.
Yeah, and we were just like, we were sitting there going, what the we didn't even fucking really do anything here, like we haven't done anything. And it was just obviously fucking, they were getting their own back on us, like, you know,
Yeah,
we were
100%.
we ball bags.
And then you know yourself, it got so serious to the extent where even the local youth leaders thought like, right, someone's going to get killed here.
Yeah.
Someone's going to get seriously hurt with the constant back and forth. So do you remember they ended up bringing 5 of us in residential, 5 a.m. took all our phones off us on the Friday night and just made us all talk to each other the weekend.
That was a good. We went like coasting and surfing and shit.
That Friday night, I remember that they were all talking, and you could have heard a pin drop. No one said a word to each other.
Yeah. I thought it was a mad old one. I thought it was really the first introduction. Well, not the first introduction to youth work and stuff like that there, but I'd say youth work has played a big part in both our lives, just in developing us into the people that we are now.
100%. Because you know yourself, even before that, there we were only popping our heads in there. The youth club, we weren't really heavily involved in it really because we were doing other things outside of it there. So at there, them was getting at there, and that there really was. That was a good turning point. And that there, and then it got us maybe after that there, maybe not doing as much of that there. Yeah. I wouldn't say it was all finished with, like it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was all done with, like, but I would say a good percentage of it was knocked on the head. Was knocked on the head, like, because they pretty much got us into the youth club and maybe talked it all out, anyways. Yeah. And pretty much put it all out on the table, and then obviously after that, there more opportunity started to arise with that there.
And you went to South Africa with Ardon Youth Club B2B, Belfast of Blanco Our City. What experience was that like? Just being a lad from the old park, going out there and doing a bit of work, seeing another part of the world. Yeah,
so obviously you're touching bases on that there. So obviously after all these altercations that were happening, that was how we actually ended up getting properly involved in the youth clubs. For the youth workers, the Thomas Turley and Alan Waite, they got us in. And then obviously after I just started getting involved in more cross community groups, obviously come to the youth club here and there. So then the opportunity maybe to go to Africa come up. I was like, seen a few of the boys and all went. I was like, that looks class, but like it never actually like at the thought of it. I was like, that'd be class maybe, but like I never put too much thought into it. And then obviously ended up getting picked. So then obviously I started to build more relationships with people from the other side. And we actually ended up all going to Africa together for how long would it have been? About 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks.
When I went, it was 18 days.
So 2-3 weeks anyways, whatever it was. So we ended up going to a little place called George in South Africa. George. So we ended up flew to Africa and then flew to South Africa and then drove down to George, for 6 hours in a bus. That drive's awful. That's awful on the bus. Big bus, roasting heat. You can't wait for it to be over. But you know yourself, once you get there in this class, so this. So, get the Africa, that was probably one of the most best experiences ever. Obviously, it was only very young lad, so also as well with that there, you know yourself, there's a lot of hell of a lot of learning of it, but I feel me personally, I was still too immature. I was still too immature when I went there.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't get me wrong, I applied myself, I done very well, but in turn, when I was over there, I was taking it all in when I was over there, so obviously you're seeing so much hardship and it's making you think back to home, going like, my life's actually like a 5-star luxury life compared to how these people are living. And you say to yourself, I'm going to start doing this when I get home, I'm going to start doing that there. But I think it's because you're in that vibe, you're in that bubble, and most importantly, you're in that environment.
Yeah.
You're in that good...
It's infectious.
Yeah, you're in that good, positive environment of people around you. Even like being around the people from the community, George, like they have nothing and they're the happiest people in the world.
Yeah.
They have fuck all and they are so fucking happy.
Yeah.
So like even getting their energy off them as well, coming in and helping as well, it did make me feel great. It was amazing. But as I said, they're going back and there was a lot of things I was like, right, I wanna take home. I'm gonna start doing this better in the house. I'm gonna maybe start applying myself with some studies or doing stuff outside that I shouldn't be doing. I'm going to knock that there in the head. But as it says, you're just in that environment, learning. It's a completely different ballgame. Actually putting that stuff into action when you get home. So you're in that big bubble of positivity.
Yeah.
When you're over there, and then when you come home, it's like all lifty, and you're like, right, I said I was going to do all this here, but then you yourself, you start to sliver back into your own ways very, very quickly, very quickly.
And then throughout their year in itself, you went 2016, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2016, yeah.
So a big, probably the turning point of your life was Halloween night of 2015.
Yeah, so I would have known a good few months before that there anyways, yeah. Yeah, so obviously, we'll just go touch bases on Halloween night 2015. So obviously as well, I'm a good bit involved in these groups, obviously doing wee groups and going to South Africa and whatnot. Halloween night 2015, that was easily the worst night of my life. Easily the worst night of my life by a country mile. I still say I got like ever see when you go on the drink and you have that anxiety that you feel like, hey, I'm in the horrors here.
Yeah.
I still feel the horrors from that night. It was that bad. So Halloween night even first starts. So we'll start at the very start of the night, right? I was in a predicament of going like, right, I should have actually realised I shouldn't even be going anywhere near Callie's in Portrush that night when I was in the predicament of what should I wear. Right? So it was a 50-50 between a zombie baseball player or a builder. Two fucking awful outfits.
You should have went for the builder because you're a digger at the end of the day, you know what I mean?
Aye, back that hard man face, isn't it? So, I ended up flipping a coin. It was me and Brian Higgins were in the town and I was like, flip the coin, God rest him. And we flipped the coin. I was like, right, that's it. Zombie baseball player, landed on whatever it was. I was like, right, zombie baseball player it is. Her outfit was fucking horrendous. It was horrendous. I remember just getting the makeup done, just pure, all white, and it was like big black hair. I was like a panda. I was like a panda wearing a baseball outfit. So all the lads knew yourself, stacks of crack. We actually done a few bus runs to Callie's before that there, and here they were
great.
You think that's unreal, mate?
Yeah.
Like you're 17, 18 years of age, getting on one of the lads organising a bus up to Callie's. Everyone's drinking, and you think this is it? Like this is powerful. Don't get me wrong, it was back then, like it really was. 100%. So just the same over done. We've done a handful of bus runs, so we did, and then there was another one right up a road we go to Callie's up in Portrush. And just to be fair, who was it playing? Can't remember the DJ playing. But anyways, great night. It was a great night, so it was. And we were all obviously all having stacks of crack, all the boys drinking, just doing what you're doing in nightclubs, really. Doing what you're doing. And I remember, I actually think, when does the clocks go? The clocks go forward, don't they, or they go back? And it would have been that night.
I think
they go forward or back.
I think they go back.
Oh, whatever. They make it darker. Anyway, so I remember it was like 5 to 2. It was like 5 to 2 in the morning. So the night was near over. So even when I look back on this here now, see if the clocks weren't going back, this wouldn't even have happened. This wouldn't even happen. That's how much I thought about this here. How much hard I have in this here. If it's here, if the clocks weren't changing whatever direction they were going in there, this here wouldn't even have happened. So it So
Different
I
one.
remember, I went to the bar. I literally went to the bar and the bar was just closing, so I ordered a couple of bottles of beer. And turned around, was drinking away, whatever. But I was by myself at this stage, no lads around me. And I remember as a fella walked over and whispered a few things in my ear. I didn't really know him, like. Whispered a few things in my ear, but I didn't even know what he was talking about, really. I didn't even know what he was talking about when he was saying it all. And I was like, what are you even on about? I don't have a clue what you're on about, really, what he was saying. And I felt as if he was going towards me to try and hit me.
Yeah.
So I moved out of the way and smashed the bottle right over his face in the middle of Kelly's, and everybody just scattered. Everybody just ran away. And I was like, I was just standing there. But it was like, at that moment, after I just smashed him right over the face with a bottle, I just went and sat down. I was like, what the fuck just happened there? What the fuck just happened there? I mean, there was blood everywhere.
Yeah.
And I remember the doorman from Kelly's ran over, gripped me. And I mean, they blattered me. I got so many knees, ribs, digs, everything. And then once they were finished with me trailing me out, they handed me to the cops. And then that was it. Handed me to the cops. Ended up getting arrested anyways, put in the back of a car. And I was like, what the fuck, I've just been arrested. Like, this is mad. But then the thing is, I actually remember the moment I was getting arrested. I shouldn't even really be laughing about this here. I was that drunk, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm sitting there handcuffed in the back of a Jeep, and I just see one of the boys in a Halloween costume getting chased by the peelers across the car park. I just say, what the fuck are we like? Is this why I'm here? Is this why I'm here? Is this why they're doing this? Like, what's wrong with us? But so I ended up getting anyway. So I get put in a police car, whatever, and brought to Strabane police station for the whole night. So how far is that away from Callie's? Don't know. I've never been to Strabane anyways again since that, and I don't think I'll ever be back. So I don't really care how far it is away. I remember getting brought there for the night, and that was the worst night of my life. Easy.
What was going through your head at that stage?
I think I was that drunk. I was just still going like, what the fuck? I just got lifted there. Like, it didn't really properly sink in.
Yeah.
It didn't really properly sink in till the next morning. I woke up. Hangover from hell. Easy. I woke up and was like, Jesus fucking Christ. It wasn't a moment where I forgot what happened the night before or whatever. I remembered everything. I think it was because it was such a serious thing that just happened.
Yeah.
I was able to remember it all, but I woke up hangover from fucking hell, and I was just like, the only thing in my head right at that moment in time was, how am I getting fucking home? I want to get home. How am I getting home? I'll do anything. I want to get home. So I remember as well, even the cheek of the police station, they handed me breakfast, and we didn't feed it to the dog. It was that bad. So I was like, get that away. How am I getting home? I just want to get home. So they put it to me and was like, right, if you're just doing that to with us, you'll get home. But bear in mind as well, even though what we were doing when we were younger and everything like that, they were always up to no good, I was lucky enough to never get caught and get arrested. So I was never in
that situation.
I was never in that situation, so I never knew. To be fair, even looking back, I was only 18. I was 18 years of age, very young. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what's right, what's wrong. So I just went ahead without no legal. Didn't have a legal team at this stage of the game. I just went ahead and was like, right, because I thought it was like, right, the longer I would take the ring, I didn't even see how vulnerable I was there. I didn't even know then if it's a good idea or not, even to ring a solicitor. Like, I didn't even know the purpose. I didn't know the purpose of a solicitor back then. I didn't even know, so I just went ahead and done the interview and just told them my side of the story as if I felt as if I was defending myself. And I just went ahead and told them the truth of what I done. I admitted it right away, what I done. But I just told them and how I felt the situation was. And they let me go. They never let me go in once I done my interview. So I got police bail. So I did, from the police station. But then again, I'd say I didn't even know you have to get a lawyer or whatever. I just done the interview and went home. Because I didn't want to ring home as well. I didn't want to hang. I felt like I was like, oh fuck, I'm not ringing my man here. No way.
Should knock your bollocks in.
I'm not ringing home here saying I'm up in Strabane and get lifted. Also, I was thinking like, right, no, here, I'm a big lad, I'll look after myself.
Yeah.
At the same time, I don't need to be ringing anyone here for help. Really, I think that's going in my head.
That's the mindset.
That was the logic, but probably the stupidest thing ever. Like, but then again, you're young. You think you're right. Everything that you think's right, and it's fucking far from it. Let me tell you, far from it. But I remember, so close. Even still, the Sawmeat baseball player was not the worst outfit. More look at it, because the cops took my shoes and my outfit off me for forensics, and they gave me a grey outfit, grey jumper, grey trousers, and plimsolls used to wear in primary school PE. They gave me and then they goes, right, you're free to go. I was like, well, how am I getting home? But then they had my wallet. They opened my wallet and seen I had a tenner in it. They went, you're going to get the bus home, you have money here? I went, you bastards. You're going to send me on the bus for this outfit? Bear in mind as well, the outfit didn't have any pockets. So what the cops done was, they gave me a bag. A big massive bag. See-through bag, had a big police badge on it. Big police badge on it. I had my wallet and my phone in the bag, and I was carrying as if I went to Tesco's and done the shopping. I carried this here, walking about. So they ended up giving me a lift to Derry. They gave me a lift to Derry bus station, and I'll never forget this here.
Fuck. The sight.
Day after Halloween, jump out of the car. They leave me at the bus station to go get the bus, and I'm walking into the bus station, and two old women across the road. They shout over top of their voice, "Oh, looked like someone was a boat boy last night at Taken." I just put my head down and went, "Oh Jesus, this isn't happening right now." Like,
Fuck shit.
This isn't happening for me. I haven't even turned my phone on at this stage, so I don't want to face anything just yet. I get on the bus and I turn my phone on, and I mean, the messages I have is mad. If people are wondering where even am I, no one knows where I am. No one's heard from me. I would say I must have had easily about over 30 threats as well from people because of what I've done, saying they're going to do this and going to do that to me. And I was like, no, that's going with a big bang ahead. Going, I don't need this a day. Fuck's sake. I don't need this. Fuck. If I didn't even open anything, I was like, put that away. Just ignore all them threats. Just ignore all them. And then I ended up getting in the group chat there. So I was like, lads, come on, you just pick me up here. I'm on my way down to the Europa bus station, and lucky enough, one of the lads pulled out a bag and picked me up at the bus station down in Europa in the town. I was easily the longest hour of my life. And probably one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. Getting on that bus, wearing that outfit and those shoes, and you don't worry in outfits just for the sake of wearing them. People know what's just happened.
You've been a bold boy.
People know what's just happened there. So anyways, get home, and then I'm just sitting in bed, and I was like, right, I think I'm gonna have to tell my man here, like, what's happened, like. So when I just ended up telling them, and it didn't go down too well, like, obviously, not right. It was just really more so upset at the fact I didn't phone them for help.
Yeah.
Obviously as well, like, that's your parents at the end of the day. They should be your point of contact no matter what for help if you're stuck. And I felt I could just do it on my own, and that was my own fault. I should never have done that there. And I don't know, maybe things could have been a wee bit different if I had have phoned them for help.
Yeah.
First start, getting the legal team in instantly. Things could have maybe went different, but listen, who knows? It's done. So my man ends up getting things moving with me, sort of a solicitor and whatnot. And then I just pretty much explained them. But then again as well, when I was going back and forth from solicitors, never at any moment was there ever a thought of, like, never at any stage, even though we knew the charges, my charges was grievous bodily harm. Never at any stage was there any moment where he says to me right away, here, you're 100% going to jail. So
what was he telling you at this stage?
He just told me this right here. Well, not really anything. I didn't really get much clarity at that moment in time. Just anyway, but we'll take things tomorrow. We'll see how things are going, and but it was never a stage where I think, like, the way he was saying it, the way he was putting things across, it was never a stage where, like, right, you're 100% going to custody here. Like
Yeah.
you're going into jail for like right maybe a suspended sentence, but you're looking at the most no convictions or whatever. If it was brought to the case that where what you done was wrong, fully wrong, everything they got there, you maybe get like a suspended sentence or something. That's what I was thinking the whole way.
Yeah.
Because it was led to feel like that there. But then obviously things died off for ages. Things died off, didn't hear nothing for ages, so obviously things were just getting moving pretty much.
Yeah.
The things were obviously the prosecutors building the case or whatever, gathering as much information as possible really. Then obviously South Africa, ended up going to South Africa, but even when I was in South Africa, I didn't even think about what just happened a little months ago. I was never in my mind going like, right, I just got lifted a few months ago. Even after it, I was like, it didn't really, after the first few days after getting arrested, it didn't really affect me or anything, although it did. In a way, I was like, Jesus, fuck's sake, I, like, just pure horrors.
Yeah,
like,
just
what just, raising just what just happened. But, like, I just thought, like, I just put it at the back of my mind, just started getting on my life again, really. Just doing what I'm doing. I was working away in an off license. And still trying to study. I never actually thought about anything. I was just put that back of my mind. Obviously, things were getting moving. Still getting on my life, doing what I'm doing, going on lads' holidays, to Magaluf, going to South Africa, and just getting on my life really. And then obviously as things are getting going, I think it was around September 2016, I get called in for a court appearance. I was like, right, but what I didn't know how serious this charge was. It was grievous bodily harm of intent, right? So it's serious. So it's a current court charge. So I think, I could be wrong when I'm saying this here, but I think if you have a case in the Crown Court, you have to have a barrister. So I ended up getting a barrister or whatever. I had to go meet him first before my court appearance and whatnot, and he was looking at everything. And as bad as it was that day, to get told what I'm about to get told, I'll be forever grateful for just the full transparency of it. And he just told me how it was. He just told me how it was, and I'll be forever grateful for it. But it was at that point as well, it was a turning point of what is going to be absolute hell for the following months. He just told me how it is. He looks at this and goes, "You're going to jail."
Fuck.
Me and my ma sitting there. I was like,
Hammer blow.
I was like, what the fuck you mean? Like, I was never a moment. I was never a moment in my head like, "You're going to jail." Like, I always remember knowing people like around the same age as me and all, around the area and all being in jail, and I was like, I'm not like that. I'm not doing what they're doing, so why the fuck am I going to jail? Why do I deserve to go to jail? Also, in my head, I'm thinking like, you know what, I didn't bring this situation on, I didn't provoke anything, I didn't start anything, so like, I'm thinking in my head as well, I'm at that moment in time, I'm thinking I'm a victim. I'm thinking I'm a victim of everything, even though what I done was my actions, I done it. So I'm not the victim, but in my head, I'm thinking I am a victim here. And I'm still completely shocked at this stage. Like, I mean, I would say I was on a different planet from, I think it was around September time September up until everything happened, I was on a different planet. I mean, everything just spiraled out of control from then.
Yeah.
I mean, everything just spiraled out of control. I just had the mindset of fuck this and fuck everyone. Just fuck everyone. Like, I mean, I was just playing pure victim in myself, thinking I'm a victim of something that I done, which is wrong. Just even when I left there, I feel, even over those course of months, I just felt numb constantly. Numb, as in terms of, like, I've told a few people and all here and there, and I was getting told by others, going like, "No, you'll be alright, no, I know such and such and all, they done this, they done that, and they're alright, they never went to jail, no," I mean, I got them saying going, "You'll be alright, no, you'll be dead on." But I remember just thing going in my head, this guy gets paid, this barrister gets paid to do stuff like this. This is his job. This is his job. He is not going to just fill my head with complete shit for the sake of it. He's going to tell me how it is, and that's what it is really. So, but and again, I was always just getting told, but I think as well, I was just that numb. I was just ignoring what they're saying because I knew what was coming. So I just, like, that numbness was insane. Like, even that period of time it's just pure blank now, because it just led to pure carnage. In terms of, I did not care about anyone apart from myself. It was so selfish of me, and I regret every minute. I was going out every single weekend, Saturday to Monday, taking every single drug underneath the sun that you can imagine, just to stay with the boys. We were going out on a Saturday night, going to a local bar, 8 o'clock Sunday morning. 8 o'clock Sunday morning, I'm letting us in through the back door. Us staying there all day, and just going to another bar and just repeating every single weekend. But even looking back, I think I was just to try and block it out for those couple of days of me doing all of that there. For those couple of days of me doing all of that there, it was a moment for me to forget about everything, forget what's happening, escape from the world really.
Yeah.
That was my way of sort of coping with it, and me in those few days a week out there was my way of not even thinking about that and actually having a laugh with the company I'm in. Yeah. Like going like, alright, I'm socialising with my boys, and also as well, I was going in my head, right, this could be my last time. So when you go mad, they make it a worthwhile one really. Yeah. And that went on, from September right through until I went to jail. That would have been February. In February, so that went on. There was a few times as well going up in court. So I'll go back to that there anyway. So this is the carnage has started in my life. I stopped studying, stopped going to tech or whatever. I even remember as well, sometimes as well. I had work on a Sunday morning at 12 o'clock. I remember still being out from a Saturday night and going home, sticking a work t-shirt on, going to work, and buying a carry out and just drinking out the back where there's no cameras. And I remember just going straight back out after work. So I was like, tying myself over and work. Still to this day, I don't know how I got sacked. I think it's sacked. But I remember doing this and just looking back in, I was just insane. Like, how can you leave a party on a Sunday morning, go to work and go back? But it was just my way of just blocking it. I didn't want to face the music. Whereas I knew once Monday morning came, it was just coming again. So I was like, right, I'll just face it Monday, because it's going to come again. So for as long as I can block this pain out for, I will do so. So with all of this here happening anyways, court appearances are happening here and there, and pretty much of everything I admitted to and what I done, even though regardless of maybe how I said what happened and my input of the story, regardless of whatever the story was and how I said it happened, regardless of that, I still hit him. I still assaulted someone. I didn't get assaulted. So, being realistically, I have to get punished for it. So, my barrister, I was obviously meeting him regularly, and then he pretty much said to me, to avoid it going to trial, you could go to trial here if you want. Obviously, we'll get a jury sworn in, we'll see whose side's right, really, and you can win. If you win, you win. If not, you can get a hell of a lot more jail time. You can get a hell of a lot more jail time for pretty much wasting time of going to a trial and never got there. So you can get a deal cut if you plead guilty to what you've done, grievous bodily harm of intent. Because even though at the end of the day, even though it says what my input to the story was then, I still intended to swing my arm at him and hit him. Yeah. So even though maybe I didn't intend for the outcome of what it was that actually happened, but I intended to hit him. I can't take that away from it. Maybe what happened, I didn't intend for that to happen, but I intended to hit him. Yeah. So pretty much you can plead guilty here. Plead guilty, and then you'll get a wee bit of they'll take that in consideration when they're sentencing you. They'll take that into consideration, so they will. So there was a couple of times, even as well over this period of time. I think it was just before Christmas I got pulled in for sentencing. So as well, I'm going through this process of having to pack bags and telling everybody right here, lads, that could be me. I'm going to jail here, and all the lads are saying, no, you'll be alright. I said, I don't know here. Like, I think I might be going to jail here. So I'd be having to pack a bag and go up to court with my man there. I think a couple of mates as well went up, and then as well before Christmas this was, but then the judge put it back. He goes, I'll put it back till January. I think it was January, and then I ended up going back, and so he let me spend Christmas. So you know how our Christmas went? Insane. I mean, I was partying for days and days and days, but it was just that was my thing. Like, right, that's my last few days here. Like, I'm going all out here. Like, and as well, I shouldn't have done it because that was my last Christmas. I should have been spent with my family. But then again, this goes back to the victim mindset, me thinking it's all about me. I'm a victim. This shouldn't be happening to me. Why is this happening to me? So I was just being so selfish and just doing what I wanted to do. And that was party. So it was. So I got to January, and then the judge packed the bags, whole process again, up to court. The judge tells me to put it back again for another month. But at this stage, I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, why? I'm just, like, I'm
Did this like give you hope, or was it just,
I think
what did you think?
A wee bit.
Yeah.
I think in terms of hope, I think it maybe give me because obviously my barrister was giving me a briefing of what I could be looking at here going to jail and what maybe could be the best possible outcome. So I was maybe getting hope of the best possible outcome, maybe like a couple of months or something.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of months or something. That there was probably, even though it probably isn't even the best possible outcome, the more I think of it, and obviously leading to my experiences in there, it probably wasn't the best possible outcome a couple of months, but I believe that anyways. I thought that in my head. So just after my birthday, I ended up getting called up. I ended up going up the Cold Rain court. So I drove up with my mum and dad, and sitting in the dock or whatever, and getting sentenced, whatever, and the judge, bear in mind as well, I still don't really know what's happening here. I'm sitting in the dock, and the judge tells me, "Here, you're sentenced to 4 years."
Fuck.
I was like, my face at the floor. 4 years, 4 years in jail. Serve 18 months in custody, and then 2.5 in licence. So I think I got the 18 months because I pleaded guilty.
Yeah.
I didn't waste any time. My face hit the fucking floor. My face hit the floor, and it was that very moment when I stood up, I was still standing up, I look over in the corner, and I see my mummy shaking like a leaf, crying, and my dad's consoling her, and I was just like, what the fuck have I put everyone through here? I was that moment, I went, well, what have I done, everybody? I have literally put everyone around me through hell. Through absolute hell. And I didn't even realise it. Because I was still thinking about me. But at that moment, something just clicked in my head. I think it was just maybe seeing your own mother cry her eyes out for something you done. I was just like, I couldn't have felt any more guilt of Jesus Christ. What the fuck have I just done to everybody here? I have went on an absolute rampage here for all these months, and look how it's ended. Look how it's ended. Seeing your mother just cry her eyes out in the corner, and I broke me. So I remember just getting handcuffed, pulled away, pulled down back. That was it.
That was you?
That was me. Put on a bus. Bear in mind as well, I'm small, 5'4". This bus, I actually feel sorry for anyone who's in these buses who's bigger than 5'4". I was like this here. Just in a jail truck, hitting every bump on the road. And I mean, I cried my eyes out the whole way down that road. I cried my eyes out. I'm sure the two guards who were driving me down were getting a laugh at me. All they hear was crying. All I could hear was me crying probably. I overheard the radio. Couldn't hear the radio, I was crying that hard. And I remember just getting told I'm going to Hay Bank. So you're going to Hay Bank here. And I got brought down, it was a Friday. So obviously everything shuts up for the weekend and whatnot. So I got brought down. It was an hour or so, whatever, from Coleraine to Belfast. And
it's a long journey.
It was the longest journey. Just looking out the window going, hey, it's my last bit of seeing like the outside life. This is how I'm seeing outside life.
Yeah.
Just in a big prison truck, handcuffed. Just like that. And also as well, you feel like your life's just been taken away from you. Like you're nothing now. Like you're a prisoner. Like at this moment in time, like, you can't do anything for yourself now. Anything you want to do, you have to ask someone for permission, or whatever it is. Like it's like you're not you.
Yeah.
You're not your own free person.
You're restricted in what you can do.
You're restricted in everything. So I remember I was getting down, getting processed and all. And even like when you go in, obviously, this is coming in the Hay Bank.
Yeah.
They get you all set up and whatnot. I was wearing a white t-shirt. They got me changed. I got changed whatever with the clothes I had. And I remember wearing a white t-shirt. And so bear in mind, before that I've never been involved in the prison system, whatever. So when you first go into prison, you get a strip search to see if you're bringing any drugs or contraband in, like phones or whatever, anything they got there. And like a strip search. I was like, what
the fuck?
There are like two workers making you strip naked to see if you're not bringing anything around. It's your job, they have to do it obviously, but just having that dignity took away from you from that get-go. You're like, fuck, I'm in for a long ride here, like. It's like, is this what it's like? And also, you know yourself, it's like, they're obviously not the most welcoming people as well. Like,
Yeah.
you know. So get that done. Get a shower, whatever. And stick my clothes on. I was wearing a white t-shirt. Never again. They get you to take your picture up against the wall, so it's like your ID card. Your ID card. Took my picture up against the wall. I am the same colour as my t-shirt. White. Like, I'm white now. I was like Casper. I was like Casper the ghost. I was that white on my head. I was looking at myself going like, I don't even look like me. I looked like I was having an out of body experience. I just felt I was just that numb. And I remember getting up and getting put in my cell, man. But I got to make a few phone calls before I went in. I phoned my ma. I said, see him again. All they did was crying stuff. And I was like, what? Like, what the fuck have I done? But then got talking to a few of the boys as well. They got talking to Brian. And they were just like, right here, just get the head down, I'll get seeing you soon, whatever. And just pretty much tried to give me a wee bit of spurt.
Yeah.
Get talking to him and anyways, but I mean, I don't know what the hell's happening here. Like, get brought into my cell and handed me my dinner. But I mean, I didn't eat for 3 days.
No appetite at all.
No appetite at all. Nerves more than anything. So I'm hearing screaming here and there and everywhere. And I'm like, where the fuck am I? Am I in a fucking asylum right now? Like, I don't know what the hell's going on. Also, every single thought's going through my head. I'm locked up. I see once that door slams right in front of you, you're just like, you actually feel as if it's coming on top of you. Go into your cell, there's a bed, there's a toilet, a TV if you're lucky, and you're lying there. And like, every bit of dignity's took away from you. Like, a picture being in a room where you have to go to the toilet right beside where you sleep.
It's not pretty.
Like, that's what you're up against. So hearing all the voices, all the screaming, every single thought's going for it. I'm just staring at the ceiling going, what the absolute fuck? I don't know who's beside me. Could it be like a sex offender right beside me? Someone in for sex offences? Could it be a murderer? Someone who's killed people? And next to beside me, like, who am I in here with? Like, am I safe? Am I going to get harmed? Everything is going through my head right now. Like, going like, right, what's going to happen to me here? Like, it's just like, from here, all the voices, all the banging, all the screaming, hearing alarms go off. Every single thought is going through your head, and you're saying, I'm here for 18 months. What am I going to do? Like, my life is over. I'm done.
See your routine. So you're in there, you're into this, like, your first few days, as you say, you didn't eat. Was that because it was the weekend and you weren't actually, were you on the floors at this stage?
No, like, you get brought out, you get out of your room, whatever, and you get cleaning duties once you get out of it. So you have to be up for 8 o'clock every morning. If you don't get up, if you're not up, bed not made for 8 a.m. that morning, you get like a warning or whatever. So you get like a written warning or whatever it is. I think it was a thing, what was it? It's called like an adverse or something it was called, and you get like so many of them. You can get like X amount of punishment, or you can get punished and go to a block or something. Yeah. I don't know. Just something like that there. So like, you had to have your bed made every morning, and you would have had a designated role, cleaning role. Whether it's like cleaning the landing, doing the dishes, cleaning the showers, emptying the bins, or whatever it is. You had a designated role, so you can't do nothing until you do your designated cleaning role, really. And then what that was, the first day going on, I couldn't eat with no appetite. If it was getting out of me, couldn't eat it. Just with nerves, I was just so nervous. With like, right, this is my life here. What the hell's going on here? So lucky enough, when you get in, you're allowed to get a visit right away on the weekends. I got a visit right away. My man all come up to see me, so I sort of calmed me down a wee bit, being able to see people. So I got up to see Naaman's and get back, because it's the weekend as well. There's not much movement on the weekends because everything's shut down. So pretty much get up, see my man all, and the visit for an hour that is, and get back up to your room really, and just you're ours pretty much for the whole weekend really. If you're lucky, you get out like, but at there was it, just staring at 4 walls the whole weekend, going, is this the way my life's going to be? Am I stuck in? It's, I don't even, what's a 6x8 room? I mean, this is my life. I'm over. Yeah. I'm finished. Like, I was like, everything's going for me. Like, never going to get a job, never going to have a life, never going to meet someone, never going to do anything. Everything's going for any single negative thought that you can think of in your head. I thought about it. at that moment in time. That weekend was horrible. It was the longest weekend ever. Longest weekend ever. Just for that reason is obviously couldn't sleep with the nerves, just staring at walls, thinking. Just you have too much time to think as well. Like you've nothing in the room, so you're just locked in the room with yourself and your own scary thoughts, and that's not a good place you want to be. Like that, definitely not. Like,
Do you remember the first conversation? So you're in now, Monday morning. Do you remember the first conversation you had with another prisoner?
yeah, I remember it there. It was just so this is a surprising point. It's just like, well, what are you in for? That's how it all starts. Sorry. That's how it all starts. Like, well, what are you in for? Where are you from as well? Where are you from? So that's where are you from? What I seen the Gafford as well was majority of population in the jail was either from West Belfast or North Belfast. And you have your odd places all scattered all around the country.
Yeah.
So after the first conversation with a prisoner, just general chit chat as well. Bear in mind as well, I had a little thoughts in my head going like, right, how am I going to spend my time in here? What am I going to do to spend my time here? So I was like, right, I can go down 2 roads here. I can try and get my shit together here and get myself together, or I can keep doing what I was doing previous.
Victim mentality.
Just have the victim mentality, just fuck everyone and just do what I'm doing. But I always just remembered what I done everybody in that courtroom.
Yeah.
And it's like I can't put through anybody through any more hell as I am right now. Even just my mummy, for example, even though she was obviously probably not sleeping every night, wondering, hey, am I in jail? Am I safe? Am I okay? And obviously, yourself, jail's a scary place. I'm not sharing. If anyone says it's not, it's full of complete nonsense. Like it is probably one of the most scariest places ever be, and you're always on edge. You don't know what's going to happen. So like me thinking, like, right, I can just try and keep myself as safe as possible, keep my head down. It means well I can keep that reassurance on the outside, knowing like, right, I'm okay. I'm gonna come out the other end of this here safe, and I'm not gonna get up to any bother in here.
Yeah.
So that was the decision I want to make. So that was me, like, right, I just want to keep my head down, just not bother with anyone really, and just do my own thing. Because one thing as well, when you're in jail, he's just going back to what he says, your first conversation with an inmate, right? One thing you need to know about when you're in jail, no one's your mate. People talk to you, you're not mates with anyone. No one is your mate. People will only do anything in jail that suits them, and it's for them. They'll only do it in the best interest of them. That's always the main driving force of anything in the back of someone's head. It's to suit them. It's what will suit them. So if you're no value to anybody, they'll not bother you, or probably just try and give you a hard time, really.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that there's right, you need to have that there as well in the back of your head, knowing like, right, this person talked to he's not my mate. And you need to have that mentality as well, like going like, right, can't leave yourself vulnerable around people, because for that reason, as no one is your friend in here. No one's not. So it's like, right, as I says, try and keep conversation down to a bare minimum, and just keep your head down and just try and come out the other end a better person.
So in this here, when you were in jail, you started to get, just knowing you from because you're one of my mates, you started to get into fitness. You started to get into the fitness industry. Well, not industry, but you started to get into fitness as maybe a possible job when you come out and stuff like that there. What was it like in there in terms of the gym and stuff? Were you able to access the gym at times?
So with all this carnage that happens, I'll say this is the start of my journey. This is the start of me. This is the start of me changing my life. So obviously relating back to the very start of the conversation you asked me about school, obviously I had the bare minimum qualifications, but I had enough. So I had like my math, I had my English and whatnot, and obviously inside the prisoners of Belfast Met. So obviously as well, it's providing you for maybe that if you don't have these qualifications, you have that opportunity to maybe go down and educate yourself and maybe do a few wee good things to build yourself a bit of a profile to maybe get a job on the outside, and just obviously make sure you don't go back.
Yeah.
So make sure you don't go back. So but obviously I had everything, so I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? What am I going to do to keep myself busy? So with what I obviously people watching sir probably know what I do now and everything I got there, but back in I just seen the gym. I was like, right, I'm going to join the gym. That was just a way of me coping. There was no there was no goals of it or anything like that. I was like, right. I seen like a few wee things, like obviously going over for a gym induction, I see like a few wee things like how good the gym and all can do benefit you in your time in here and whatnot. There, it's like wee messages like how good the gym can be.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, well, I'll try and give this thing a go here. Done the gym, joined the gym, and there, so kept signing up. So any given opportunity, I could go to the gym. So like the way it would work is you would have like a designated, like you would end up in jail. You would have a job. You would get a job, right? So my first job was doing the bins. I had to empty all the bins. Talk about the dirtiest job ever. You must have to start from the bottom. Right, straight to the bins. So got a job doing the bins, and then also obviously with the education area, I had a fair amount of GCSEs and whatnot, so I didn't need to go here.
Yeah.
As I could have went there if I wanted to, but I just feel like I was scratching myself over her. So I was like, I'll go to the gym. So any time in the day you could register for the gym, I was doing it. If you weren't working, if you didn't have your job or you weren't locked up, I was always signing up for the gym. So maybe at least once a day I was getting maybe sometimes twice or whatever. I was getting there, but I remember, I'll never forget it. I signed up for the gym, and I was like, I don't know anything. I don't know anything about the gym. I don't know how to do anything really. So all I really knew was how to bench press. So I remember, it's quite funny, like, I remember going in and just bench pressing for an hour. Just bench. Just bench pressed. I mean, see when I say this here, after, I had a sore chest for a month. I woke up and I couldn't move. I was like,
there a screw in there as well?
Screws be everywhere. So
You must have been looking at you like...
They're everywhere. So they are. I remember just doing bench press just for a full hour of bench press. I mean, see the next morning I woke up, I was like, I can move. But I didn't know anything, so I genuinely felt like I seriously hurt myself. I was like, fuck God, I'm not going back to the gym. So I'm not, so without getting pain like that there. So got that there anyways, and the pain eventually went away, so I was like, right, going to give this gym an hour crack, so I am. So I'll give it an hour crack. And so I ended up going, but then what I didn't know in there was there was like all wee posters around it. It was like, right, just like chest. There's all different types of all pictures of different exercises you can do. And then you want to do like shoulders, your back, arms, legs, whatever. They're on. I avoided legs, no one didn't like it. No one
does, man.
They want to do legs. I seen the way people used to walk sometimes now to get out their leg days, come down from the gym, from the youth club. And I was like, no, I never did that.
So just walk right there.
So end up just sort of like finding a wee bit of that there. So I did. And I was like, just going over the poster right there, shoulder press. So I was like, right. Just trying to do that there, like a lot of raises, whatever. Just looking at the poster and doing that there. And then I just gradually started to build those wee better habits with the gym. So obviously, just start to find my burns about me in the gym and going 6-7 days a week here. Like I'm just going in my head, like right now, I'm just going like, right, what's going to keep me level headed? What's going to de-stress me? What's going to help me not think for an hour? And what most importantly, what's going to get me out of that room for a certain amount of hours? So I was like, right, let's go to the gym. So any given opportunity I went to the gym. I just went to the gym and obviously was doing my wee work. So with that there as well, obviously, you have going back to like what road you can go down in jail, right? Obviously all these opportunities were put to me in a plate in terms of like, right, if you keep your head down, you just do your thing, keep your head down, not bother anyone, just do your own thing really. You'll get like rewards as such in terms of wanting better. So like you start off at the bottom, basic or whatever, and you work your way up. So like maybe like more entitlement to like more visits or like more entitlement to move to like a better wing.
Yeah.
And everything like that there. So all these opportunities are there if you want it. So I was like right in my head, like what I'm just not going to bother anyone, I'm just going to get these here. Especially the main driving force for me was the more visits. So you're entitled like maybe like you were entitled to like maybe 2 extra visits a month if you got moved up to like an enhanced prisoner instead of being at the bottom.
Yeah.
So in my head I was like, well, that's 2 extra hours out. And 2 extra hours I can see people on top way too.
How long does it take to get to that? Say that
about 8 weeks. So 2 months. 2 months really just find your burns ready. But also with that there you have every distraction under the sun. There's drugs everywhere. There's drugs literally everywhere. Back in, obviously don't know what it is, don't know what it's like now. I would say it's probably a lot easier now, but It was just as easy to get drugs in jail as outside. 100%. So like, also there's other, and then also you think go in your head, right? I'm feeling like shit, trying to get a couple of magazines, forget about everything for you, but then you got to think about the bigger picture. Go, no, like, right, I want these fids. If I get a drug test here and I fail it, no way.
Would that be regular, a drug test?
Oh, what? Yeah. You get pulled in random. You get a random drug test, and obviously if you get a drug test, shit back to the bottom. And obviously you make it wee things like get your TV took away from you, lose privileges.
Maybe held against you as well in the future.
Yeah, 100% for getting out now as well. So I was like, right, I just want to keep my head down, not bother anyone, and just do my own thing. I've been finding my feet about in the gym, so main focus right now, let's just keep going to the gym really and just doing what I can. So a few months down the line, whatever, an opportunity raises up, they get like cause they were like in relation to like Belfast Met, whatever, they get like it was like a level 1 PT course came up. So the gym staff were able to teach it.
Yeah.
But so what they done was I didn't obviously know their name, but what they done was they taught you the same standard as what level 2 would be required. Obviously level 2 gym instructor, whatever, that's what gets you on the gym floor, coaching, first of all. So they taught you the standard of that there for level 1. So if you were to go out on release, you're ready, just could jump straight into level 2 without much hassle. So I done that there, but at the start, the opportunity arose to do that. I was like, right, something new, like, right, let's try and get an extra qualification here. Let's do this here. But at that moment in time, it was just another reason to get out of my room. So it was just another reason to get out of my room.
Just to be as productive as possible.
Just be as productive as possible, try and get my day in.
Yeah.
I used to count down every single Friday and go, right, it's so many weeks now that I get out. I used to do it every single Friday. Every Friday I used to box a week off, whereas an hour week done, because obviously come a weekend, you don't know if you're getting out or not. It could be shutdown mode, like could be low staff, or it could be a bit of madness happening or whatever. So you don't know.
A lot of things.
So a lot of things could be happening. So you could be so every Friday is just take an hour week off really, and obviously every Saturday or Sunday I used to get a visit, whether it's from my mum and dad and sister, or the lads. So obviously the lads were rotated.
There's a
long list there for us, but there was a long list there, but it was just great to see them. And they, like, so wee things like that there, that used to keep me in spirits. So then knowing like, right, this Sunday I'm going to see my mates, whatever, I'm going to see my parents, going to see my family. I used to keep me spirits. I used to also well. I used to love if I got the opportunity, I would have made a phone call to the outside as well. Find out what's going on the outside, like kind of like filling any biz for me. Like I mean, just a bit of any crack. You know what I mean? And like as well, I'd be forever grateful for it, like because it never a week always every phone call I left like right, I feel good here again. Like even though I'm in the shittest situation here in my life, I feel good. So that's as well. It got me realizing the importance of talking, and I never done that there outside. I just held everything in, and just thought like I don't need to deal with that there, whatever. I don't need to speak. But I realized like obviously I'm talking to people regularly when I can. It gets me thinking as well. Like it's a feel good factor. You feel good in it as well. It was great just keeping in contact with the lads as well, and with that there as well. I think as well, I don't think I've told them plenty of times I can get out here and this year. Like even with the boys, what my family done for me, I'd be forever in their debt for that there. I could never ever repay you for all the help you've done for me in there. Even just be simple things I read and coming in jail. Going back to how I was at the start, you lose everything. You go in there, you have nothing. I'm coming in here, I have absolutely fuck all. I've no money, I've nothing. So how am I gonna survive really? With it? So you need to have money for a tuck shop, and how do you get money? Obviously you're dependent on others to be able to put money in your account for you, to be able to just get by. Like for example, like you want to buy like wee stuff in the tuck shop, whatever, or buy like maybe like a CD or something for a CD player, or whatever, or save up and buy like a wee radio or something for your room or whatever, or well, I don't know, whatever it is you could just buy instead of like depending on like your free meals a day. Just
was there a catalogue of what you could get?
It was just like say for example like your wee munches like tins of Coke, whatever, crisps, chocolate. Just like wee things to say you're sitting in your room or whatever, you just want to chip away at really. Just wee things like it's get like that. Obviously everything's took away from you, so if you have that there, it makes it a wee bit easier as well for yourself. 100%. Also, it's like for example, you can get a day like where the food's stinking, the food's rotten, you don't want to eat it.
It's a morale lifter.
Like right. Morale. So it brings you out there a wee bit of like independence as well, right? I can go and buy something. I'm going to buy some without asking someone for permission about doing something like that there as well. That's what it takes away from me. You actually literally have to ask everyone permission for everything. And you have to address everyone as sir or miss. And that's one thing that really got to me a wee bit. I was like, I'm an adult here. Like, why am I addressing someone as sir? And as well, it's so degrading when you're in there. Because you just get addressed as your surname. You just get addressed as your surname. So Thompson. That's what you'll hear from someone. There's someone call you by your first name.
Yeah.
So it's like also as well, someone's letting you know, like, right here, I'm above you. I'm above you, so I'm the boss, and you listen to me pretty much. Yeah. That's what that is. Like, that's a psychological way around that there. Like, so it's like you have all these buyers like that there all the time, like going like, right, and also well, like I say, you could get a screws dead on.
Was there any like dead on?
You get there was a few. I wouldn't lie about that. There was a few were dead on genuine people. So there were, if you asked them, if you put in a request or whatever that morning, they would do it for you and would get sorted whatever. Then you would just get some. There was no back doors here. Like, there were just horrible people. Like, there were. There's no way. There's no point in even sugarcoating around and saying they were, like, because they weren't. Some members of staff in there would say like their intentions are to give you a hard time like throughout your day. Like,
is there anyone that stands out to you?
Oh, well, there's a few, like, but I wouldn't say any names or anyone here, like, but there's a few, like I would say as well, and also well, what I would notice as well is, like, obviously, you'll get some people who maybe, you would get some who, like, obviously, other prisoners maybe who do mess around, do get up to no good all the time. You would see them, they would always do other things to provoke them as best as possible because they know they're going to get a reaction out of them. Yeah. And then once you get a reaction out of them, all hell breaks loose.
Because there's a reason to fucking get stuck.
I get a reason is to do something to them, you know what I mean? Like, so that always happens. It's jail. You know yourself, like, stuff like that. I say it doesn't happen, but it does. It's like a crazy world. They'll always say stuff like this never happens, but you know yourself, it's prison, there's no rules when you go in there, really. Or there's rules for us. There's no rules for him. There's no way. No way. So with that there, it's like all these buyers will always come on. Like I could wake up in the morning and go like, right, I want to put a request and whatever, and it doesn't get done. Just even first a simple thing like I used to like it's like a potential buyer for me. Like I remember every couple of weeks I used to like put like a wee request for like an outside order for like to buy from a shop outside. It was like a certain toothpaste I used to get because the one you buy in the jail wasn't, I wouldn't say it was toothpaste, it was rotten. So it was like brushing your teeth with soap. It just didn't feel like, so I was like ordering different toothpaste outside. And I remember like some days you put it in the Monday and the request still sitting there on a Thursday morning. Without even sent out, you know what I mean? Just not bothering to do something like that there, but it's like, are they trying to do this or trying? But I was like, well, I'm moving up the ranks here. Like in terms of like getting more privileges, like getting extra visits and all, and like, you're saying going yourself, at least doing this, you're trying to test my patience here. Are they trying to do something, trying to raise something out of you? Like, that's what you think. So it is, like, it's like...
And did you react at all in any case?
No, never. There was plenty of obstacles came my way for a reaction, and I would hold my head up and say I didn't react to anything. I could have reacted in silence, but didn't react in front of them. It was because I knew what the bigger picture was.
It's a good mindset to have.
I knew what the bigger picture was. I know, like, right, they're going to go home here to their families anyways, but it's me who's going to have to pick up the pieces if you do react. Yeah. And I think as well, I started to develop a wee bit of a mindset with that there, and it got me from A to B. Like, it did. It really did. So it did. So that was just like a wee little minor thing, and as well, and with that there as well, what you'll see as well, you're just surrounded by constant violence and madness in jail. Like, you could be sitting there just in the hall eating your dinner, there's a big fight breaks out. Like, you need to remember as well, when you're in here, you're in an environment where everyone else is on the same page. You don't have nothing. It's the same. Everyone has nothing. Whereas for me, I've counted myself very lucky that I had that extra support on the outside, and also with the support on the outside, I think that's what's got me through it. It really did, honestly. I'll be forever grateful for it. I really will. But also, I look as well, there's other people in there who have nothing. There's no support on the outside, not getting any visits. No one wants to know them, really. So, also, you see, there's two different levels. There's all levels of life in there. And also, but at the same time, we're all in the same place here. So we're all equal as well. With that there as well, like, comes, like, the immaturity of it as well. Like, so, like, the mindset of some people in there is just like kids. Like, you're in a situation where, like, people will fight over who's next on table tennis. Picture that. Or who's next on pool?
Like a proper straightener.
Aye. Or like, here, I'm next.
Can't show weakness in, I'd say,
you
in there.
can't. You can't. But like, I was never involved in anything like
Yeah.
that. There, I won't. But like, that's fine. Like, who's next in the shower here? I'm on that phone next. Whatever. You're too long on the phone. Or get off the fuck. Do you know what I mean? There was all these things like that. They're always happening every single day. So there was madness every single day. There was some form of fight or chaos every single day, and you just start to realize this is just life. You just adapt to it. This is normal. I remember like sometimes like even like it was not normal. I remember like hearing an alarm for a fight and just walking straight to my room because you knew you were getting told to lock up. Let's go now, right? I'll just go here. So now I'll save the hassle of getting told to go. I'll just walk over because you know what's happening, really. I'll never forget one day. I remember it was actually insane. There was like a huge emergency call. It was like something really bad happened in the jail. Like, I think the whole place got wrecked and whatever. And there was like a big batch of like bad drugs or whatever all come in, and like people were dropping and all on tablets. And I'll never forget it. I remember everyone all got locked up. Whatever, it was chaos. And I'm on the TV. I'm on 6 o'clock news, UTV. And UTV are presenting outside the jail. I'm sitting going, I'm literally behind them walls. And some moments just doing a wee report here on a Friday night outside the jail. And it gets me going, this is fucking nuts. Like, I was at it every other day. I just sit and shake my head and go, am I actually in here? Like, it actually felt like it was in a movie. It really did. Like, it was just with the stuff that was constantly happening. It was surreal, to say the least. It really, really was. But with that, there obviously come distractions as well. Well, you will get people like who go out of their way to try and annoy people and do this and do that, and as well with this members of staff as well. But as well, I knew what the bigger picture was. So I knew not to rage anything really. And I knew like, right, if I keep my head down in here, do my own thing, I will come out the other end here a much better person.
Is there a standout moment, or what was the most challenging thing being in jail, or is there an event that happened which fucking really just made you feel like fuck? This is shit.
Fuck. Well, first one obviously comes right because it was. If there was a moment where it probably had potential to tip me over the edge, like it was that. Like if there was any moment in there that got anything that something could have went south for me, like it was that. I remember obviously relating back to my phone calls. Brian Higgins, I would have phoned him every single Sunday without fail. Or every weekend without fail. I would have phoned him every single week. And we would have talking for a good 10 minutes. And as well, he's my best mate. And as well, he done a lot for me in there. Most importantly, he done a lot for my family as well. He's always checking on my man, see how things are going and whatnot. So I was always very, very close to him when I was in there. Like the relationship never broke with him when I was in there. Plus as well, obviously, he was suffering, he was suffering and not in silence really, but I didn't know the extent of really how bad it was really. He was suffering really bad, with his mental health obviously. But obviously going back to it, every single Sunday without fail, I would have phoned him. He would have filled me on everything. That's what I look forward to. I was like, right, I'm going to ring Brian here today. Get a good lift here. And
Wee bit of biz.
And with everything he was going for, he still made the time to fucking get a good chat with me and lift me up.
Yeah.
And lift my spirits up and lift me up really. And I'll never ever forget it. I remember it was a Sunday. The Sunday when it all happened. Kept phoning him. And I just kept going straight to the answer machine. His phone was off, or I was just going straight to the answer machine, can't remember. It was dialing through, just no answer. But I was like, at this time on a Sunday, it shouldn't be happening. I phone him every week. Why not answering? So, I phoned one of the twins. So obviously the twins were quite close with him. I phoned one of the twins. I was like, well, what's happening here? Have you heard from Brian here? If you heard from Brian, I can't get a hold of him. He's like, I don't know how to tell you this here. I was like, what's up? He goes, he's dead. And I was like, what? He's dead? was like, what the fuck you mean? He's dead. He goes, he's fucking dead. Like, obviously he's in fucking...
Yeah, shock.
He's in a fucking bad way as well. Like, he's trying to tell me. He's like, I don't know how to tell you this, mate, but he's not here no more. He's killed himself. And I mean, I was just in so much denial. And everything was going for me. I was like, wow, I need to help. I need to help my best mate. That's my best mate. Like, I need to help him. And being so powerless in there was the worst thing ever. Like, knowing I can't do nothing. Like, going back to how I said at the start, you have nothing there. You have nothing. Like, you are nothing really. And to have that there and just be sitting in a fucking room going, my best mate's just fucking killed himself. I remember the night clear as day. Like, I just sat there, and the thing, I think it was just like a coincidence as well. It's like it was like a Cola Line song or something come on the radio at once. I found it. It was like a called Brother. The song. I was like, my best mate's fucking dead here, like, and I was like, I just couldn't wrap my head around it. I couldn't wrap my head around it whatsoever, and I was still in denial. I think I phoned Adrian about 10 times still after that. They're going, is he definitely dead? I don't think he is. And he was like, why the fuck would I tell you this, mate?
Yeah.
I wouldn't lie to you. Like, I know where you are, but I think I was still in denial. I was still in denial that my best mate just died, and I couldn't believe it. I really, really couldn't believe it. So, I mean, I think I sort of accepted it that after about the 10th time that I phoned him, asking him, is he dead? I think I sort of accepted it. He's gone now, like. And the thing was, like, I'm never going to see him again because I'm in here.
But I know exactly, like, it was a dark, dark day for fucking our friend group, and then you especially in there by yourself. I think everyone kind of had that there in their mind because of how close the you two were. Again, you two were best mates. Was there any support? Because we all had each other for support. Was there any support in there for you?
What the first thing you could have done was you could have applied for, like, first thing in my head was like, right, how can I try and get out here? So I went to try and put a request in for compassionate bail. I think compassionate bail, it's like you get released, but you're a member of staff. You're supervised by a couple of members of staff, and you're on close watch really. So like they're in a distance really. You get out for a few hours, and you're straight back in. I hoped for that to happen. So I put my request in, and I got rejected. So you're not getting out.
Was there a reason behind it, or?
Not really. Like, it was just like you're not blood related, so nah. Even though he pretty much was my family.
Yeah.
I couldn't get out to see him, and like, I mean, that fucking broke me. And that tipped me over the edge out there. I mean, I was like, what's the fucking point in here? Like, what's the point? What's the point in this? But with support, my mummy actually phoned the jail just about me. She phoned up the prison saying we were concerned with her, just obviously how I'm feeling. Obviously she was aware of what was going on. So there was a Father Stevens, you call him. He was like the chaplain over there, and the sister Una. They were brilliant. They obviously got wind of what my ma put in. They found out what happened. So I'll be forever grateful for what they done. Sister Una, she helped me every step of the way. She was brilliant. She really was. She helped me every step of the way with what the whole process was going on here. And she was able to set up a Zoom call with the funeral. She was able to get a connection to Holy Cross and get me on a Zoom call. So I was able to go up in like a wee private room and watch the funeral. But even out there as well, I still feel like, even though that was probably the best thing that could have happened to me at that moment in time, I mean, like, in terms of getting, it's just your cards, take them. You can watch a funeral, and that's it. Like, just take the opportunity. You can get this or done, people can't do anything else. Like, right, I'll take it. But I still feel now I still never got a chance to see him and say goodbye.
Yeah.
Because I never seen him. I just seen it for a screen. really. And to be fair, at times voices thoughts do go on in my head sometimes as well, like going like, right, if I was out, could have helped, could have things been different, but that's something you just have to live with, like, isn't it?
I think they're the worst ones where you think could have done, like changed things, and even know that nothing is gonna like help with that there, because it does your own head in. Because I'm bad for it myself, where like I think could I have done this in this situation, would this have made things better? But it is stuff like that there is very hard, because you do put your own head away. Was there ever a time when you thought, because you're on such the straight and narrow in there, was there ever a temptation of going like fuck this?
Yeah, 100%. Even when that happened, like when that happened, that was the moment where I was like, I was a potential for that everything to go south. It was that moment. Like, I just lost the head. But I don't know, it was just like maybe just that wee moment, just flicked in your head going, right, you've survived this long. And then going back, you doing anything right now in a negative manner is not gonna do you any favours.
Yeah.
No matter what cards you're dealt with, if you do anything in a negative manner, it's not gonna benefit you. Also as well with that there, in a few months down the line there was potential. Obviously, if you keep your head down in jail and whatnot, and you're just keep your head down, do your own thing, and show like, right, you're getting yourself together really. In your last few months upon release, you can get like that opportunity to maybe get like a wee work placement outside, so you're not too much took away from the community as such. So like you can sort of like ease yourself back in the community. So also with that there, I was getting in the back of my head as well, going, right, you've got this far.